This is the Ace3C lockable extension monopod. Included with this selfie stick are the screw and adjustable holders for a phone. You got the mount for the GoPro, Bluetooth remote, the plastic holder for the Bluetooth remote, the carry bag, the instructions, the wrist strap. And this Ace3C is similar in design to some of the other locking extension monopods that I've seen and tested and reviewed. And this was a few bucks cheaper than most of those. Although at that few bucks cheaper, there are some compromises at that lesser price. But I'll get into some of the good stuff first. This selfie stick has the locking mechanism similar to a lot of the other brands, and these really do hold well when clamped down. I like that. This shrinks to about 18 inches when collapsed and extends to about 50 inches, which is longer than some. And one of the things I actually like about this stick, and I'll try to bring it up, is it has a groove cut into it here that makes it one of the easiest selfie sticks that I've seen to extend because of that groove. So that's a really good design that they put into this. And for its size, it's pretty lightweight. It seems to use a bit lighter metal, maybe a bit thinner metal than some of the others that I've seen, but it does seem to be pretty sturdy, the stick itself. And again, like I said, the locking mechanisms hold pretty well. It also has like a lot of these do these days, which seem to be standard, the locking angle mechanisms here for the top mount. And Ace3C here goes with the handle here that uses a soft foam with some grooves cut into it. That's pretty comfortable. Although, again, you know, maybe this is one of the compromises as well. The soft foam probably won't hold up as well to like the rubber grip handles, although it is pretty comfortable. But one of the other things that I have issues, and it's really the little things that they've compromised in quality on. For example, this is the wrist strap, and I know it's a little hard to tell here. This is a pretty thin wrist strap. It's not as good a quality as some, but the one issue I have with it is how it's connected. And if you see that there, it's connected via like a real thin wire ring, kind of like those cheapy rings that you get when you like buy a car or something. And one good tug, and this thing would probably come flying off. So again, that's one of the compromises with this stick at the lesser price. I'm also not a fan of the type of phone mount it uses. It's one of these smaller ones that don't hold as well, or it's not as good a quality as some of the others that other brands use. And it's all plastic as well. And the GoPro mount looks similar to some of the others, but this one's an all plastic mount as well. A lot of the other brands use a metal mount. They also don't include the GoPro screw with this as well. The addition of the remote is nice, but again, some compromises in quality here. And again, it might be hard to see on my camera, but as you can see there, if you look at that bottom button, it's been inserted crooked into the remote, so it's off center. As you can see there, and again with my webcam, sorry, it's a little hard to tell, but it's off center from the other button. So it's not straight, kind of sloppy there. But again, it's flexible. It did work fine. It paired fine. It can be used on an Apple or Android phone. It has an on-off switch and a blue LED as well for pairing. It did work, just a little sloppy by, you know, putting that button in sideways. Again, a little bit of one of those compromises at a lesser price. The other thing is this plastic holder for the remote is not the greatest in the world. It doesn't hold particularly well onto the stick. Again, it's one of those things, you know, it's a nice touch that they added it, but they, you know, again, you're not getting a good quality plastic holder with that. They could have gone with something a little bit better, you know, as far as I'm concerned. You know, and again, like I said, the remote works fine with Apple and Android. It also, you can use the Camera 360 app that makes it a little bit more flexible for different phones and all that. But, you know, and again, on the surface, this stick looks to be the same quality at a few bucks cheaper as other brands of these types of sticks. But there are some compromises at this cheaper price. You know, they have a lot of good features, but they kind of cut corners on some of this stuff, including the wrist strap, the way it's attached, the lesser quality phone and GoPro mounts, the crooked button on the remote, and the remote holder that isn't the best at holding. You know, if price is an issue, then this stick might be one to go for, but keep those compromises in mind when you're purchasing this stick. I give it 3.5 stars.